when you balance on your arms, there's a specific place that you place the upper arm. If I place my little finger at the elbow, wherever my thumb touches is roughly the portion of the arm that's touching underneath the knee. So there's a little curve to the knee. There's a little valley right here between the calf and between the knee. There's a little valley, and the forearm or the upper arm goes there, goes into that location. So what we first can begin to practice is I take a couple of blocks. I want to have my hands placed on an equilateral triangle from the near side of the block to the hands, equal length from here to here, equal length from this hand to this hand, equal length from this hand to that point. So those are all equal. People often put their hands too close and their nose can end up on the block or they're slipping forward. You want the blocks much farther forward than you might initially think. Now, if I balance by placing my upper arm into the space right between the bony structures of the knee and the calf, there's a little groove there, fits in nicely. Hands can turn out slightly, not too much, but slightly. Knees squeeze in, arms squeeze in, and then as I come up to balance, I can touch my forehead, lift my feet, and then lift my head. And I could go on, make things a little more challenging, trying to get forehead to touch the floor. And then later you can even put blocks under your hands to make it more challenging. So that's one way to begin to work toward Bakasana. You can always work with the blocks in front of you so you protect your head. Once you've done that for a while, there are a few other variations that you can work with. One of them, which will develop strength a little more quickly, is to have one knee down and one knee up. Another way is to have one knee down and one knee up, which is a much harder variation. To develop the strength you need for doing those kinds of poses, I could put a pair of socks on a nice slippery floor. I don't have to do this on a mat. And how would I work? I'm going to keep my left knee on the outside of the left arm, slide the right foot to the right, and then slide it through. Now I want the hands to be far enough apart so I can easily slide that foot back and forth. Once I've done that for some time, I might lift my foot up and go through the same process. Notice the left knee is on the outside of the left arm as I'm doing that. So that would be the next level. A third level that you can get to comes from the earlier variation where we had one knee down and one knee up. And that variation is to move the leg. Now I have both feet off of the ground. And for guys who are a little bit more advanced, this will work pretty nicely, develop you quickly. So as I come up, and that'll develop strength in that way. Other variations can come from that. If my leg can easily go to the front, well, then I could cross my ankles, notice which foot is on top. And if I simply squeeze the knees, that will take me into that pose. So there are other variations, but that's a good beginning. Okay, that's all we'll do.